I hope it's worth a crap because it sure looks pretty on the outside. I'm going to quarter saw it. You guys might recognize this log. I left it on the sawmill, which is a no-no. But as I said in my last video, man, I had things to do and I wanted to concentrate on this log, and I really wanted to make a video of this log because I thought this one's going to turn out really well. And I was in too much of a hurry to make a video. So I had two choices: cut it up without you guys watching me cut it up, or leave it on the mill for a little while and then come back and hammer on it. And that's what I'm going to do. I hope it's worth a crap because it sure looks pretty on the outside. I'm going to quarter saw it, and it looks prettier now than it did when I left it a few days ago. So let's get right into it. Remember, when we're quarter sawing, we're cutting in perpendicular to the growth frames. We're not cutting flat. We're not cutting like faces down. We're cutting in this direction, not that direction. And when quarter sawing, you need to make darn sure that you're sawing parallel to the axis of the log. So if you enter right here, you need to come out in the same spot on the other side. So let's saw this thing up. This is going to be a big one. I hope I can actually clear it with my blade guides. It's been a while since I fired the mill up, 3 or 4 days. And one thing's for sure, anytime you turn something off and you don't fire it up for a few days, you better start running through your head, getting your old muscle memory back, because you'll start doing something too fast and you'll trash something. I'm sure y'all have run into that before. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I just boom, right? You don't want to do that. I'm going to try to talk while I'm sawing. I debated on getting a new camera for Christmas. And for those of you who know me, I didn't. I spent the money on a new rifle. So what are you going to do? Or at least part of a new rifle. I'm really big into long-range shooting and precision shooting. Let me think. New camera to make my videos. New rifle to have fun. No. I got my blade tensioned up. Sure I do, because my needle is at 12 o'clock. And you've heard me say that a bunch of times. You should adjust this gauge so that when you're at proper tension, your needle's vertical. That way you can be standing way over here and go, hey, guess what? Proper tension. Let's turn this thing on, see if she'll crank. Sounds a little rough. It'll warm up some. Let's make sure Chip's prepared. Are you ready, Chip? I think he is. He's awake. We'll go in here. Let's turn on the old blower and stuff. Need a Sawmill dust collector. I love ours. Make sure all the gates are closed. Looks good, sounds good. I got sawdust left over coming out, so we're good there. When you're quarter sawing, you want to always come in about 2 cuts high, so your board or 2 up above the pith. I have to be able to clear under here, so you can see I've got enough room. All right. Now, I hate to say it, I know a lot of you guys have manual mills, and this is one of the reasons you want to try to upgrade to hydraulic if you can. Watch how easy I can get this log off. Definitely raise your loader arm so you don't shock anything. And you want to move your clamp all the way under, give it a little bit of a tug, about like that. Start dropping your loader arms. See how easy that was? Now I can use my clamp to reposition out of the way. I'll deal with him later. Now, wasn't that easy? All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we're in it. Those are pretty. That's gorgeous. That's some medullary rays. That means I'm hammering this one. Wow, look at this. Woo. Man, these things are wide too. I could probably take one more here, but the fleck is starting to run out. So now it's time for me to start cutting like that. I guess I should mark them for you so you can see what I'm doing a little easier. Hang on a minute. Oh, what a board. These are big. We call these bobs for big old board. All right, let's see what these guys look like. These things are huge. I mean, look how big they are. Look how pretty. We got the medullary rays. Some sycamore has some really cool red streaks in it. This one does. I mean, look at that. I mean, it just don't get any prettier. I mean, look at that. So basically when I get down here, I want to be about perpendicular to that. In case you guys didn't know it, but that is the engineering symbol for perpendicularity. So I'm going to jelly roll this one. I'm probably just going to put this to the deck. Right now there's a couple reasons I'm going to do that. One is I just want to, and the other one is because a lot of you folks are running manual mills and you've got to limit the number of rotations that you take. Get him up right there. There we go. See how it sat right down on that face? We're going to take a wedge cut. Then I'm just going to start taking 1 1/8 inch drops. Let's check it and see how we're doing. We still got a long ways to go. Not a lot of sawdust. And you can see, man, I am in the quarter sawn grain here big time. And I've still got quite a few. So when you're sawing like this and you see that you're still getting quarter sawn grain or this medullary ray fleck, just keep on going. So that was one rotation. I'm getting good fleck on every board, right? You can see it, very easy. And I'm gonna keep going until I get at least down to here. All you doubters out there that say, oh, quarter sawing has a lot of waste, that's a bunch of bull hockey. If you use my techniques, there's actually very little waste. Matter of fact, I'll show you how little waste there is. Now, yes, you've got an octagon, a log, to get good quarter, and that's going to be common to any quarter sawing technique. But once you start quarter sawing, how much waste do you have? You got this little guy. That's it. Every other board is going to have fleck on it. So it's not waste. So you take this little bitty piece, and yeah, you can turn this into a table leg or something if you want to. I don't, because there's not a whole lot of wood on it. You're done. I expect very little waste when I'm quarter sawing. Now you will have these edges. These edges are vertical. See that? These edges have an angle. What we've noticed is a lot of our customers want us to leave that on because that way they can look at it. When they see that angle, they know it was a true quarter sawn board. I mean, not to mention how pretty it looks. We need to see where we are. In case you're wondering what these guys look like. Gorgeous. All right, I got it lined up again. Take a waist cut. Y'all wave. Bye. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, man. So close. There we go. Pull these guys back. All right, let's see if we can get this thing flipped over. Remember, 29.5 inches wide. Come on, baby. Got it. There we go. I'm doing everything I can do not to hit that camera. There we go. You can't get no closer than that. Still looks incredible. I need to keep going down then. I'm about to walk these all the way down. I won't even need to stop. I know these are good. I've already learned this log. Now somebody come back and tell me how slow this jelly roll sawing is. How it's so much slower than flat sawing. Not hardly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good boards, maybe 7 without stopping. Pull these back. See what they look like. I hadn't even looked at them. I don't need to look at them. I ought to look at them just because. Look at these. All the way down. Look at that. It's getting dark again. Probably need to turn on the light. We go one more, get that back facet against the backstop. Right there. Sometimes you got to tweak it a little bit. Right there, we're ready. There's my Rayflex. I got this whole log. So in case y'all haven't been following me, the main thing is to make sure that I cut this flat, I cut this to a point, because this side's going to roll down against the dog, so I want that sharp. I don't want part of the octagon or the gun barrel, and then I want that flat so my clamp can hit it. So that's why I took one more board, even though it was the right board to take. You want this to be able to go against your stops on the other side. I'll show you what I mean here. So remember that side. Now it's vertical. Now it's down to the bed. Now watch these. See how those sharp edges now go right into my log stops right there. See that? That's why it's so important right there to have this edge sharp so it sits down good. Of course, that edge needs to be flat against the clamp like it is. Here's my waist. All right, that's the last cut. It doesn't always happen like this, but on this log using a jelly roll, I had Rayflex every single board, including scraps, which is not much for a log this size. And the main thing is, I don't know what the main thing is. The main thing is using this technique. The fleck is the least on the narrow boards, and it gets better as you get on the bigger boards, the wider boards. That's kind of what makes this special. Normal quarter sawing techniques are just the opposite. Your fleck is worse on your wider boards because you're having to saw them blind, and they get better on the narrow boards. Using a jelly roll or reverse roll that we use, the fleck gets better the deeper you get. So as the boards get wider, the fleck's gonna get better. And if you don't believe me, how about I just spread these out like a deck of cards? Let's just see what we got. Let's get in there a little bit. Getting some good. Getting better. Oh man. Getting better. So There you go, that's what I'm talking about. We got a big mess of wood to stack up, and it's a mess because I've been trying to show you what I'm doing. But I mean, look at how pretty that stuff is right there. Look at here, it's not like just one board. I mean, it's every single board as I'm going through. So yeah, I got lucky. This log I got 100% fleck on every single board, which is amazing. It's gonna be a big stack of wood, and it's a good way to start out the new year. So I mean, I know some of you guys, y'all gonna say, oh, the old conventional quarter sawing techniques are best. They're not. I've got people who quarter saw for a living, have adopted this technique, professional white oak quarter sawing mills, and they run the numbers, and it's a 15, 15, and 15. It means it's 15% higher yield on fleck, it's 15% faster, and 15% less waste. Basically, their sawmillers like it better, the sawmill owners like it better because it's producing more money. And you just saw an entire log sawn up using the technique. And I hope if you guys have manual mills, you'll see, at least for the beginning, there's not a lot of rotations on the big stuff. I mean, and then once you get down to the smaller stuff, yeah, there's a couple rotations, but they're not too bad. I mean, except for handling the big log half, which, yeah, that's big and heavy. But you could do that with a tractor if you want to. I wish I had a manual mill because I would like to try this on a manual mill. But right now I don't have one. I got this little bitty piddling old Slowpoke LT70 Super. I hope y'all keep enjoying watching this stuff. I hope y'all keep it subscribing. I like my channel to keep growing. I do this because it's fun. I try to teach you guys because it's fun. I'm not making any money on this compared to what I make selling lumber, so that is not really the fact. I'm doing this because I hope I'm helping y'all out. And from the comments that I get back, I feel good reading them. Some of them really make me smile because it shows that I am helping people out. And that's really, really the cool thing about being an old guy. Maybe I've learned something that I can pass on to you young fellers and ladies. Make your life a little easier. Thanks for visiting our sawmill. Click on the links above to see more of our videos.